Hello everybody and welcome back to Gardens and Crystals with me, Wesley, and today I have another one of those raid in the rack videos for you, and this time I've come home with two new, beautiful and very different plants and something else that I want to use for my hanging plants. So let's just get into this. This time I want to start with what I bought for my hanging plants. So these are them. I have finally been out and got myself some macrame hangers and I'm really happy about this. I actually went and got myself 3 different macrame hangers because I want them hanging up by my window so that I can decide what kind of pots I want to put my plants in so that I don't have them in anything that is hanging without a drainage hole in it. And these are perfect because in these I could hang a plant, for example, in a terracotta pot with a saucer underneath and know that my plant won't be getting overwatered and it will still look beautiful in these hangers. Look at these when you open them up. This one, it's like this. Oh, it's just beautiful. You know what? It'll be easier if I show you this with the plant in. So I think I'll get on, if I can get out of this, and show you the first plant I bought while I was out raiding the rack. So this beautiful little plant I have next to me here is a Codiaeum variegatum with the variety name Mammy, as far as I saw on the label. It's a lovely, beautiful variegated croton plant, as they're commonly called. And it has orange and red and yellow and green and lime. And it is just amazing, the colour and texture in this plant. Have a look at this closer up. Look at those beautiful leaves. Aren't they just stunning? Absolutely stunning. There are so many different textures and shapes and colours in this plant. Ah, it's gorgeous. When I saw it, I just couldn't help myself wanting to buy this and bring it home. It's an absolutely amazing, gorgeous plant. And for this little specimen, I paid 47 Swedish krona. And I don't mind that because in my terrarium, I have mostly different varieties of crotons in the different Codiaeum variegatums. And they're absolutely gorgeous. They have very different leaves, very different colours, very different styles, shape of leaf. And the one good thing about them is they grow very, very fast in a terrarium. Mine have been doing fantastically in the terrarium. I've had to go in and prune back mine countless times because they race up to the top, to the light and touch it, and I have to cut them halfway down, and the tops that I actually cut off, I stick down into the soil, and that part grows as a soil propagation right next to the mother plant, and my terrarium is bushing out more and more and more with beautiful croton plants. So I am very, very happy about those, and that's why I wanted another variety to put into my terrarium and increase the colour and textures, because the other plants don't have the same coloration and leaves as this plant, but they do have the reds and the yellows and the greens and the spots and the different shapes and so forth, and it's just all going to look beautiful together the more that it's bushed out. So I will be planting this in my terrarium in a video, so make sure you look out for that when it comes up, and then you can see me put a couple more beautiful plants in there and fill it out a little bit more. But it's starting to really take off in there, and this is going to be a beautiful addition to that. So that was my first beautiful plant I bought while out raiding the rack today. This beautiful Codiaeum variegatum Mammy. So let me show you this little pot in my macrame, just so you can see what I was talking about, how it's going to look. So if I can get it in here, first, how do I do that? I have to go right up here to the top, somehow. Open it, place it in the bottom, oopsie, pull up, woo. Ooh. So there we go. That's what a plant in my macrame looks like. Of course, it isn't big enough, this pot. I need a bigger pot to make the macrame open more so you can get to see the shape of everything. But you can see in the bottom it has this lovely shape, and you can see this tasseling at the bottom, which I really love. So that's really, really nice. So I can't wait to get my macrame up with my beautiful plants in. Let's get on now to the second plant I bought while out raiding the rack today. So look at this beautiful bundle here. When I saw this at the price it was being sold, I was very, very happy. I've wanted one of these for a while, but I've held back because I'm like, this is a plant that needs a little bit more sunlight, and I'm not sure about the care. I'm sure it's not a very hard plant to care for. I mean, it's an epiphyte, so it's a plant that would be hanging in trees somehow and would get trickling water, so it would be moist, but it can dry out a little bit, I suppose, but not be over wet. If this gets over wet, it will probably just rot out because it's a kind of cactus looking plant. And well, this is the beautiful Rhipsalis bacciferia subspecies horrida. And look at these beautiful, beautiful stems on this plant. Aren't they amazing? Look at all of that. That is gorgeous. Now, I do love me some cactuses, and this is commonly known as the Mistletoe Cactus, or it's called the mouse's tail cactus because of these thin, long mouse tail kind of stems it has growing on it. But this is a beautiful Rhipsalis, and it does have kind of furry needles on it, and it's very succulent, and it does look just like a cactus. But this is an epiphyte plant, so kind of like the Christmas cactus, for example, is an epiphyte jungle cactus. And this is another beautiful type of succulent plant, and it is just gorgeous. It really, really is. Now, I have really, really wanted one of these for a while, but I've held back. But then when I saw the price of this one, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I'm going to get me it. This was actually reduced from 100 Swedish kroners to just 40 Swedish kroners. I think that was an amazing price for this plant. 100 kroners for all of that. But I got it for 40 Swedish kroners. That is nothing. That was an absolutely amazing bargain. So I went and got this plant. And well, I am going to be so happy watching this flush out and get longer and longer. And that's why I've placed it into this taller pot straight away. But again, because this is an epiphyte plant and it doesn't want to be bogged down in water and so forth, I am actually going to be transferring this into a taller terracotta pot so that I know when I water it, I won't get to overwatering it. The water will be able to evaporate from all sides quick enough for this plant to enjoy being in the soil without being bogged down. But that was an absolutely beautiful bargain. I can't stop looking at this plant because it's just an amazing plant. It really is so beautiful to look at. It's so interesting to look at with all these kind of tendril looking arms on it. And it just flushes out here and there and all over the place. And I know this is a very easy plant to propagate. Just snap a stem off and it will grow. There are so many segments here. You could just take one of those off and put that in some soil when it's caliced over, and that will just grow into a new plant. So this is just going to be wonderful once I get it repotted into a terracotta pot so that I know that it's safe from overwatering, and I'm going to really enjoy watching this flush out more of these arms it has on it. It's gorgeous. So I hope you get out there and find yourself some lovely new and interesting plants to add to your beautiful collections that I know all of you have out there as well. Anyway, thank you very much once again for watching Gardens and Crystals with me, Wesley Peterson. Please remember to like, subscribe and hit the bell so you know when my next video will be uploaded, and I will see you again very, very soon. Goodbye!